Hey, Kataria. Hey, Phoenix. I made it to the garden. Let's get some water on these bad babies out here. And I'm trying to stay seated in the cool shade. Let me turn around and speak to y'all. Hey, how y'all doing? I'm doing all right. This morning I kind of knew that this was going to be my day that I get out into the garden because my one of my daughters had a dentist appointment this morning, and so I was like, I'm gonna take that opportunity to be able to get up and move around. And the first thing I did was I drove myself. When I came back, I drove myself to the garden, and then then I see how I felt and everything. So after I did that, I then went and moved around a little bit just to see how I would feel. And I was able to make it back to the car. Okay. I don't know why it's acting like I got some kind of kink in the hose or whatever, but yeah, I'm out here chilling in the garden for a little bit at least, anyways. As you know, the sun is out, but I'm not in the sun, so, and I don't want no parts of being burnt up. So I'm trying to mind my business in the right way. Because I don't have on all the protection and stuff that I supposed to have on. I gotta move whenever the sun moves. I gotta move around. But right now, I'm gonna show y'all this is what I'm tending to right now. My pineapple beds. And put some water on them. This is my second pineapple bed that I made right here. Yeah, let some. I'm here to just enjoy you enjoying. I'll be quiet here. You ain't gotta be quiet. You ain't gotta be quiet. I just know I've been talking about getting out in the garden for a minute. And you all been telling me to just be patient. It'll happen. And so, of course, when it happens, I gotta come and show y'all that it's actually happening. And I don't really have much to talk about right now. I just want to come out here and just enjoy being in the garden. Y'all can listen to my neighbors talk to each other. How that get broke? How did that get broke? Good idea, Phoenix. Hey, yours truly. Thank you very much. Tenfold right back at you. Um, yours truly. I don't actually know. Um, I know, but I don't know how to explain it to you how to do it. Phoenix, if you can grab the link for my members only, could you please show yours truly? She want the members only link so she can become a member. I think I may have to go on my iPad and look for the join button. Me too, Phoenix. I ain't into the iPhone and everything. Everybody talk junk to me about not having an iPhone, but I love my Android, and I don't really love it that much. But um, I ain't interested in the iPhone. But think if it doesn't work out right now, yours truly, I appreciate you for even considering. Eventually, I'm gonna do a live. Go back to doing my lives that I used to do, where I can have people up on the panel because I really want to have real conversations with you all and everything. So I'm gonna go back to doing that instead of always being on my phone. Hey, RJ. It has been awesome so far. I didn't show y'all this morning, but this morning I actually drove my daughter to her dentist appointment. It's only like 2 miles up the road, but not even 2 miles. It's probably like a mile and a half, if. But I feel just a little bit jittery or whatever. But it worked out, and then I came back and drove myself to the garden. Hey, Tiffany. And love you right back. Right, RJ? And our kids just went back. Today was the first day, them going back after spring break. I hope they have a blessed day in school. I hope they like their school. So listen, y'all. Everything have to be ruined. So now, out here where I am, we have a well, and they're out here putting up new power poles. So now the power is out, and of course, I can we can whip out the generators and all of that stuff to have the water running and everything. So they literally just turned the power out for them to complete that. I don't know if y'all can hear them in the background. Thank you, Phoenix. It's okay. Probably what I have to do is like send it to you in like a message from another site or something. Um, we'll figure it out, Phoenix. Jerry is a professional that works with computers. He probably knows. Okay, RJ. Um, you're awesome. That's so fun. I can't believe you landed in a similar life setup. As y'all know, we have 200 deep well and septic. I'll need to definitely figure out the generator backup system ASAP. Yeah, RJ, just get you a generator. Um, get you a generator, and that's one of the main things that we do. We got two generators. So like when we have power outages or whatever like that right there, especially during the storms and everything, then we just plug it into the generator and voila, we got water again. Hey Kimberly, how are you? I hear a rooster in the background. Yes, ma'am. There are definitely roosters in the background and a lot of chickens. You must be a good old country girl. 'Cause mostly us people, um, everybody having work done today. Today is the day when they're removing all of our power poles out here, and they replacing them with new ones. So we're gonna have power outages quite a bit today. Ooh, I hope it ain't hot where you are. Yes, I am from North Carolina and in the country. And you know why you always tell on yourself when you ask, is that is that a rooster out here in the background? Because only a person that grew up in the country or they was around, they visited places that had chickens and stuff like that, can instantly pick up on that and like it feels good to hear that in the background. Cause like I had somebody that came and I've had somebody come and stay here and actually complain about the noises that the chickens make. And I was like, well, this may not be the place for you because I'm not moving my chickens and I definitely ain't getting rid of them. So, and I guess we all know by now what happened to that person. Goodbye. Does sound wonderful out there. Glad to see you out this morning. Have a blessed day, y'all. Gotta go do my chores. All right, RJ. You have an amazing day, and I'll talk to you later. May the story today for a lot of friends. Hope you're okay. I almost hit a rooster the other day while leaving my in-laws' house. Yeah, I love the sound of the chickens. You know how like some people get used to the sound of like a box fan or something like that right there. Being in your window and you can't sleep without that noise. Yeah, that's how it be feeling with the chicken noises. I sleep with a fan. Yeah, that noise is something else. They will come across the road a lot. The neighbors across the street seem like they have a whole farm in their yard. Yep, I love it. Sometimes people come over to visit my son. I don't really have visitors and stuff like that. And I ain't really asking for them either. I'm kind of like a loner. I like to spend time with people and I like to spend time with them, but you know, and when I'm invited to things. Um, but I'm kind of like a chill by myself type person. But when people come by and visit, like my son or something like that, they're always like driving through, like they driving through a drive-through zoo or something. I am too. I have to push myself to go into crowds. Yeah, now a crowd is a whole different thing. I tried that one time to do the crowd thing. Mm-mm. You talking about a whole anxiety attack? It was like, and I was all the way up to the front where the stage is, and it was like I got in there and I was looking straight ahead at the concert that was going on, and when I turned around, um, and seeing all of those people in the back of me, oh my God, my first instinct was I gotta get out of here. I gotta get out of here. I gotta get out of here. And so I started having an anxiety attack. And to say the least, once I got out the door, I did not go back in. So that was a waste of my money. I'm gonna turn the water off now because I don't want to have to prime the pump and all of that good stuff when they get ready to turn it back on. But hey, hey, chef, how you doing this morning? Um, yeah, yeah. No, a crowd. I ain't gonna never push myself. And I feel as much as I like to talk to people, I don't like being in a room full of people who I have no clue who they is or know nothing. I feel really, really awkward. Now, if I can find one person in that place who like I can connect on a conversation or something with, I'm good. And I can drown out everybody else that's there or whatever. But preferably, I'd rather be in like smaller groups, maybe like 4 people, and maybe 4 people. More than that is like sometimes too much, unless like I know most of the people that are there. But yeah, I'm just like not used to. Back in the days, I wanted to be. I tried to get in. I tried to fit in, and it just was never me. It wasn't meant for me. I can see because going back to school, like I had 1 or 2 people that I would talk to every day, hang around the same people over and over again. And that's who I talk to every day. Um, and then everybody else, even though I had relatives and all of that kind of stuff right there that went to school with me, I was always mostly like a loner. Like I couldn't fit in with everybody. I didn't have what everybody else had, that type of stuff. And it's crazy how now, and I said this the other night on one of my lives, that the people who I wanted to, click with or chill out with or whatever when we were in school, because like they were like more of the what you call it, like they was the big dogs. If I guess you know what I'm saying. They were well known, they were athletes and stuff like that right there. And all of those people who I wanted to hang around is now is like it's almost like the positions have changed now. It's like I don't have a desire really to hang out with anybody. Every now and then I'll get a desire. I want to go hang out with my good friends, cuz I do have those, but we on the understanding like we can not talk to each other for like 3 or 4 months and then when we get back on the phone with each other 3 4 months later, it's like we ain't never skipped a beat. It's just like it's catch up time. You want to go out to lunch or something like that, or you want to just hang out together. Them the kind of friends and stuff that I have. I remember when I got on a water slide on a cruise, I felt like I was going to have a panic attack because I hadn't done that before. Yeah, it's been a lot of situations that I've been in where I feel like I'm gonna have an anxiety attack. And actually, Kimberly, just a couple of months ago, I was on live 2, 3, 4, 5, sometimes 6 o'clock in the morning because I was having anxiety just getting into bed, laying down and trying to go to sleep. Hey, Graceland, how are you today? Just a couple of months ago, I've been through that a couple of times, in several different kinds of ways. So no, I know quite a bit about anxiety. There's a couple of people that hang out over here with me. I've been through all kinds of stuff in my life. You ask about it, and 9 times out of 10, I got a story that I can tell you about something. Actually, a lot of my stories are right here. I think I remember you before, Graceland, when I was out here clipping my tomatoes and stuff like that. We were talking. You talked to me about the fried turkey. See, I do have a good memory. But are you the one who I talked to about fried turkey one time? I have a memory like an elephant, but I'm trying to make sure it'd be so many people that come through and stuff like that. So it's like you don't you can get them mixed up with people, and sometimes people have a name just like yours. Hey, growing with Hudson, girl, I seen you going back through them seeds the other day. I couldn't find my okra seeds, and I done promised Miss Kim that we was going. And I keep saying promise. I did not promise her, but I feel like I made a promise to her to do that. And so later I will be on here and I will be doing those okra seeds because I actually had. Ooh, it feels so weird for me to even say it out of my tongue that I went and bought a pack of okra seeds. Actually, my daughter went in the store and she got me some okra seeds and she went and bought 2 packs. I told her, girl, I don't know what you thinking of going in there buy no 2 packs of seeds. I asked for one. But yeah, Graceland, let me know if I got the right person. Is my memory right? Go ahead and boost my ego and let me see if I got it right. You at work, but had to stop in to see the background of food. Yes, and some of my mustard greens are bolting. And y'all know usually I let something go to seed. You see, some of the broccoli got all the um, they bolted too. But I already have more broccoli planted already, so I can go. But just waiting on the right time to like plant them so that I can be able to take care of them so they don't um keep creating seeds because I don't need all of these seeds like this right here. But um thank you, Graceland. You ain't answer my question though. I asked you, you asked me did I remember you? And I'm trying to make sure that I do remember you. I think you was on here talking to me about have I ever tried fried turkey um before. And I think I was talking to you about that probably like right before I started doing chemo. Um, no one. I don't know. I was thinking that you were that I was out here in the garden one time before, and you were asking me, had I ever tried Oh, you were telling us the other night. Okay, I guess I ain't my memory wasn't too good on that. I hope you're feeling better. Um, about that, you know what? It'll never be like the same again. I lost a friend. I lost a friend before, and it was almost like the sky changed. Everything about the world had changed. It just the world looked different, especially when it is somebody who like really important to you. It make it just when you walk outside, the world could look the same for somebody else, but to me, I just felt like my world never looked the same again after I lost that friend, and her name was Sonia. Yeah, and she was so young, and she had just had a baby. She had just had a baby, her first baby, and she passed away. I believe before he even turned two, that she passed away. But yeah, that was one of the saddest days, and trying to just hold it together. So Graceland, I know what that feel like, but I can also tell you that after you've been through something like that, it does get better, and it kind of tug at the heart a little bit as your days go by or whatever. But if you had times where you just laughed and laughed and laughed with your friend, you still have that legacy. It's still there on the inside of you. And as soon as you get over this, the grieving part, she's still right there in your heart. And all of that'll come back, and there'll be days that you will have in the same way you laughed with her, and you remember all the secrets and everything that you told to her and everything and how y'all did it. It'll all come flushing back, and the memories will be just like she's still there with you. And I can only tell you that because that's what I experienced. So I believe the same thing for you. So I keep telling y'all, if you've been through it, I tell you, my life has been. I don't know if sometimes I wish somebody can tell me something, because sometimes I almost feel like, girl, you ain't had all of those experiences, but it just seemed like every conversation somebody has with me, I've had the experience. It's just like, and was telling people last night, I just feel like if I ain't going through something right now, I'm getting ready to go through something, or I'm getting ready to walk out of something, and then I'll be right back in the next thing. It's just that's how my life has worked out, and I just sometimes, and, I'm when I say this, I'm saying I'm talking about a feeling. And sometimes you feel like something, and it doesn't necessarily have to be true that that's what it is. Sometimes I feel like I go through so many things. I look at it and I be like, God, you must hate me that I keep going through all of this stuff. But is that true? Absolutely not. I know God doesn't hate me. It's just I feel like it's like preparation for something. There's some things that I can't encourage. I can't encourage anybody in. I can't talk to them about it. I can't do anything unless I've had the experience, and I've been able to make it through myself. Cause sometimes some people are a lot more hopeless than you are. So sometimes the things you go through in life, they not necessarily for you. It's for the people who you are going to encounter that will need the test and the testimony that you've already gone through, to encourage somebody else. And hopefully I said that in a way, because sometimes I can be mumbling and jumbling and going on and lose sight of what it is that I'm trying to say, but I mean well. But hopefully that makes sense to you. But I feel that's why you've been able to touch the lives of so many people. Yeah, because I've gone through so many things. I feel like if I ain't got nobody to talk to and be able to say something to them about the things that they when they mention the things that they going through, um, I would feel I really would feel hated if I didn't see any purpose in the things that I'm going through. So or the things that I have gone through because it's a lot. But to be able to find purpose in those things happening to you is another level. I got projects out here that I done started and stuff. I wish I had the energy to just go back and start working on them and everything. I just think about um, my other box that I was over there building. That right now I don't have anybody to finish it for me, but when the time is right, it will get finished. Oh, Phoenix, let me turn the camera around. Look where I'm sitting at. You don't see no sun shining over here where I am. I'm not even. I have me a shirt out here with me. Actually, a brand new shirt that's long sleeve, but I'm not in the sun. I can't even see the sun where I'm sitting at. So I'm being very cautious of um no, when can you go fully go into the sun for long? No time soon. As long as you're taking chemotherapy, nope. And well, you ain't gonna never know with me because your girl ain't finna do it. Your girl ain't finna do it. But uh whereas the sun will burn your skin, um and it'll make your skin turn red and you will peel really bad and everything. The sun is more dangerous to me. It will make actually I will it will put like the sun will give me third degree burns, and so my skin will have literally blisters all over the place. And so your girl ain't trying to have that kind of experience right now. So I am running from the sun, and if the sun even peek over in this area that I'm in, um I don't got a problem with saying, well, time to go. Color purple. I don't have a problem with getting up out of here. No, ma'am. Um, Absolutely. You can ask questions over here, Phoenix. And I always say anybody allowed to ask any questions that they want to ask. And I also retain the right to say, I don't want to answer that. But for the most part, nobody's ever asked me a question um, that I ain't been willing to answer. Nah, if somebody come over here and ask a question and I know they trying to be rude, I still cuss from time to time. So, and some people done got that experience before. I will cuss somebody out in a heartbeat. I will go off. Yes, I will. And then dismiss you. But usually, if I do something like that, I got some stress built up in me, and I feel like the good Lord allowed them to come over here to say something stupid so I can go ahead and get that stress up off me and then say, now you have a good day. Goodbye. I wish I could do that, but I have a dog, and he would get into it. You said something to me? Check it out when she come home. All right. I wish I could do that, but I have a dog and he would get into it. Um, I'm trying to remember what I said. That you're gonna do that. We got a dog too. We had two of them, but one of my dogs passed away a few months back. Um, yeah, I just absolutely, and then sometimes I don't even get to see what somebody be done said because my moderators be sensitive about even sometimes they more sensitive than I am because they don't have a problem with tagging somebody as soon as they say something. They listen. I don't Phoenix done got rid of somebody before for coming in here and asking me about my gold teeth. I told Phoenix, girl, you ain't got to get them like that. They can ask a question, and then somebody asked me that, and then they end up sticking around for a while because I answered the question. It ain't that to me. Stuff like that don't be no biggie for me. Hey, brown eyes. Hey, literally, I thought about you today. So I almost thought the right now the power is out because they putting up new power lines. And I was thinking today, I was like, I'm gonna have to call her and check on her because I feel like when somebody crossed my mind or something like that, either they show up right after I thought about it or whatever, or either it's meant for me like to call them or something. So I literally thought about you before I seen you show up in here. It's good to see you too. Hey Nadine. It's nice to see you out of that place outside smiling, sitting in the sun. Yes, definitely. It feels good to be out here on the outside because this prior to this situation going on in my life, from me being in the hospital from January till now, this is the place that I absolutely love being at, is coming out here and being in my garden doing something every single day, all day, and just looking around out here. It's so much stuff that needs to be done. And, you know, and I'm trying not to think too much of all of the stuff that really needs to be done out here and just enjoy that I'm able to be out here and sit out here and hopefully I have today is Monday. So I have Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday um, to come out here and possibly get some things done. I would love to come out here and be able to harvest. Let me see, let's turn it around to there. I would love to be able to come out and harvest all of those things right there to give my plants and stuff more room to grow. It's literally full like that all the way around. I would love to come and harvest that stuff and be able to you know get it cut up or whatever, but I don't have the energy to do all of that stuff where I cut it up and wash it and all of that good stuff right there. So maybe in between that time then I'll find somebody that maybe want to cook Sunday dinner or something like that, want some collard greens or something, and I'll have somebody to like give it to or whatever. But I'm glad to be out here too, Nadine. I was talking about the gardening. Yeah, Kimberly, there you can absolutely do it. If you see this, how I have several different beds that I did, right? Um, just do your thing, make it be up off of the ground, and I use simple things. If you just want some ideas or something of how you can put you a garden up or something like that, just ask the question, But yeah, don't let your dog be the reason why you don't do a garden. Because if you do something like the bed, how I built the beds up right there, then the only thing he can do is get up on his paws and lean on the side of it. He might tear a couple of things right on the edge or whatever, but he wouldn't be able to, kick his leg up and pee on it, or get into it in that way. You know what I'm saying? Where there's a will, there's a way. So all you got to do is ask somebody who do gardening. How can I do a garden where my dog won't be able to get into it? And voila, you'll have it. Messing around with me over here, I will never let you have an excuse as to why you can't have a garden. It ain't in my DNA. Hey, I'm the one person. If you be trying to get out of doing a garden, I'll be the one out here giving you every reason why you should not have a garden. So yeah, I can give you, I can probably give you 550 ways as to why you should. And the first thing that I would start out with, I wouldn't even start out with to have food for you and your family. I would start out because the inner peace that a garden gives to you. You don't know how many people have said to me, a garden is a lot of work. And as soon as I automatically know that's like the first thing somebody gonna say to it. As soon as they get ready to say it to me, I interrupt them every single time. It's like, I don't finish your statement. Yeah, I cut them right on off as soon as they get ready to say it, because you just have to catch me when I'm in my spiel, when I'm talking about creating that garden channel. I'd love to come cook them for you, girl. Oh yeah, man, please, yes. That's like me myself. Um, Usually I pick them a little bit at a time and then I go in and wash them. But right now I'm in a different living situation. I don't have the energy to do what I normally do. And sometimes I have a daughter who like to do it. I think she's lost her love for it or whatever, because the last time I picked some and I handed them to her, I don't know, it's because she was reading her book or whatever, because she loves to read, love to read. Well, the last time she did it, oh, thank you very much for that. I really appreciate it. Shout out to you. And whatever it is that you gave to me, may you receive it back 10 times what you gave it to me. And over here we call that tenfold in his son's Jesus name. um, but I gave them to my daughter, and she said she washed them, but I know she did not. And because it had so much dirt in them, and I was like, oh, okay, then I'm gonna have to back off of that right there. If you're gonna do it like that right there, it's still gonna put me in a position of not being able to use them, because once they get washed, we freeze them. And so, push come to shove, I rather pick them off, because they're never gonna go to waste. My chickens love to eat the stuff that I grow out here in the garden, so they wouldn't go to waste. But I don't have the energy to wash them, crop them, wash them, cut them, and then store them away too. So yeah. Hey Nisi, how you doing? Yeah, you caught me live in the daytime, not quite in the morning time like I used to when you used to be out walking and everything. We gonna get back to that. Yeah, let me tell you something. We gonna have a see, the doctor done gave me his 6 month regimen that of what he gonna do, right? And I'm in expectancy, because I ain't expecting to go past no 6 months of this whole cancer thing. 6 months. I'm praying and hoping it's over, that I got everything out of this God wanted me to get out of it, so I can move on and right along with my life. But my goal is to get back to my acre back in the back, to replant my garden, because I keep looking at the pictures of it when, when we had it mapped out the last time, when we used to be out there in the garden at 9 o'clock on the dot every morning. Well, I used to bring y'all in the garden at 9 o'clock in the morning, but I would actually be out in the garden at 7:30 in the morning. So, but yeah, we gonna get back to that point. We gonna be out in the garden talking and just listening to the water flow. That looks high enough for the dog not to get into. Absolutely. And this is very simple. The only thing that I did with this, and because I have farm animals and stuff like that around here, right? We have cattle panel. And so I had extra cattle panel laying around because my husband is in the process of getting rid of um our our hogs and stuff. So as he removes each one of them, or he sells one or whatever, then I just started stacking the Lord, why can't I say it? The cattle panel. And so I was just like, and I always have the mentality of when I get ready to build something, what do you have laying around the house already that you can use? I'm definitely into the free thing and not having to spend no money. But I come from a place of where it wouldn't matter to me to go out and spend some money to do the things that I wanted to do. And now I just like look around and see what I have here to get things done. So I just put the cattle panel up and connected them together and made my own little situation. And no, that is not all soil inside of that. We got a whole bunch of trees, tree limbs and stuff fall. You fill the whole bottom part of it with a whole bunch of tree limbs and everything. I even have videos on here of how I filled this bed up. And mostly I didn't fill this bed up with it has a lot of tree limbs and stuff in the bottom of it, but the rest of it is filled up with mulch. Like the tree companies come through, and right now they trimming trees out here right now. And if I got a truck that could come through my yard or whatever, I ask them for the mulch, and then that's what I do. I use the mulch from the trees that they cut up and stuff to fill those garden beds up. And probably like the top part of it probably has about 6 to 8 inches of soil on the top. And I don't even buy soil anymore. I get my soil for free because we got a place that gives away garden soil and everything. And I always tell y'all, check y'all local counties to see where they give away that kind of stuff for free. And mostly like a tree company or like the county or something. But yeah, that's high enough for you to keep your dog up out of it. That's probably about probably what I'll say, probably like 2.5 feet tall, maybe. Those greens look so good, big and healthy. I love it. I'm going to grow them this year for the first time. I'm excited. Oh, Miss Nadine, I am excited with you. And do you know this is right now. This is not even 3 months of growth, but this is 3 months, almost 4 months old. I've cropped these greens several times. You all have watched me on video crop them and everything, and look at what they're back. I mean, this is like maybe a month or more of growth, because y'all know I've been in the hospital off and on since January. So I haven't been out here to crop anything in that way, pretty much since then. Not up in this part, probably in the back part. But yeah, y'all can have the same thing too. Didn't take me long at all. Then gardening ends up feeling so good and so rewarding, and you actually feel a joy inside you've never felt. Absolutely. Absolutely. Thank you again, Miss Niece. I love to see you smile. Thank you very much. I love your smile. I really do. um, I need to do something with my son like that. It will be therapeutic for him. Oh, Kimberly, I 100% agree with you. And I just can't tell you enough how much gardening has done in my life. And let me tell you something. Well, let me tell you how important gardening is to my life right now. Even though I'm not able to be out here and do all of the things that I want to do. See, when I first and I've been gardening for quite some time, but on the magnitude that I'm doing it out here now is getting back in this past the garden I used to have like 15 years ago. But when I started this right here, because I had a situation where I had an acre of stuff planted back in the back, and stuff. The stories are here on YouTube. A lot of stuff started happening between me and my husband, and so I up and left, and everything in my garden all turned brown. And I came back, and I was so depressed and just hated the way things looked and how it was sold. It was just everything was dried up and gone. So this time, and a word was given to me to reset and restart and regrow. So that's exactly what I did. I started to build this, all of this other stuff. I tore down the garden bed, redid it again like I wanted it to be done, and I restarted everything. And this time, when I started the garden, these are the words that I said. I said, I'm gonna, and I just, it was something that just came in my mind that just clicked with me at the time. So, because at this time I started feeling like I connect so well with my garden, and I didn't even have the full understanding of it, but this was the way that I looked at it when I first started this part right here. um I wanted my garden to be so successful. I said that whatever I do in the garden, I'm going to connect it to what I'm trying to accomplish in the way that I want to grow in real life. So I said that my garden is going to be a direct manifestation of what is happening in my life. So I come out here and plant this garden, and everything about it I can look at. I had the videos are here on YouTube. I came out here, I planted my garden, and at one time in my life, I felt like, and this was probably like 4 months ago, I felt like my life, like I was just stuck. My wheels was turning in the same place that I'm in. So, and I came out here, and in my garden, I promise you on everything, I kept coming out here every day, and it was like, wasn't nothing in my garden growing, but I was feeling the same way in my life. It's like I'm just stuck. I'm stuck in this same place, and it's like I don't know why I'm stuck. So then I had to do some things different in my garden than I had been doing before. And then that let me know right after I started doing something different, then I started doing something different with my life, and I realized it was time for me to back away from people in my life, whether you love them or whatever. Sometimes there's a requirement that comes along for you to get by yourself so you can hear and get clear in your own mind with what it is that you got going on in your life between you and God. So I came out here and switched that stuff up. And after I did that and cut the connection off with people and just got by myself, everything in my garden started to grow. And ever since that I did that, everything in my garden has been growing. And now I'm going through what I'm going through right now, which is, for those who don't know, that I have been diagnosed with pancreatic cancer. And for me to be able to come out here and still look in my garden and see that everything is growing so beautifully and everything, and now I'm looking at it and I'm saying, now how can my garden still be looking like this? And I feel like my life is so tore up on the inside. But then I have to go back and say, well, remember, Shauna, you said your garden is a direct manifestation of what's going on in your life. And if that is true, could it be that your life tore up on the inside like that, or is your garden manifesting what is happening in your life? So in different ways, I explain it in different ways. Like if you going to school or you want to change things in your household or whatever, come out in your garden and pour whatever your thoughts is and everything out here in the garden and to God at the same time. And your garden is something that speaks to you about. I know I ain't making no sense to nobody right now, but y'all hear what I'm saying. I need to do something, but it's definitely therapeutic. That's all I that's all I can say. When I get into talking about the garden, it's like um I'm literally trying to make somebody understand like what the garden does for me. And I feel like if it can be done for me, I feel like it can be for anybody. Whatever situation that you want to grow in, plant you a garden and connect your garden to what it is that you want to be done in your life, and talk to God in the midst of it. It's a very quiet place for you to be. It's just therapeutic. And if you think gardening is a lot of work, no, your job that you go to make money to pay your bills in your house is what hard work is, because you forced to go and do that. You have to go and do that. You know what I'm saying? To keep up with your livelihood. Your garden is something that on your way from your job that make your money to pay your bills is something you thinking about on the way home from work, and you ready to not even walk inside the house when you get home. You just want to go straight to your garden because whatever happened in your day, whatever stress done happened in your day, you looking for your garden is going to be your way of receiving your stress that you ain't got to put on nobody else. Your garden receives it very well, and it gives you back a different kind of energy just touching the soil. See, here it is. I'm rambling on again now. I'm in my mid 60s and I have never seen collard greens that huge. I put I put tree limbs in the bottom of my garden beds, and I'm checking for free soil. Thanks to you. And Nisi, watch and see, you gonna find it. Cause guess what? In the bottom of my garden bed, Miss Nisi, that's what I got in the bottom of mine too. Limbs that I picked up out of the yard, leaves. Sometimes people be putting bags of leaves on the side of the road. You just go by there and look at, you see them sitting on the side of the road for the trash man to pick in, peek inside of the bag. Cause a lot of people rate their leaves up. If they got them, the bag of leaves put out, put them in your trunk and take them home and dump them right in the bottom of your garden bed. Help fill it up, and then, even if you have to buy soil, it makes it a lot cheaper than trying to fill all of that stuff up. You only, in whatever you planting in, if you put a bunch of stuff in the bottom, you can use beans if you want to. Whatever you putting in the bottom of it, you can fill that bottom part up with nothing but sticks, leaves and stuff like that. Give it 6 inches of soil and you good. Those garden those greens look so good. Loving the garden. Yeah, I'm loving it too. Yes, they do. I can eat greens 4 times out of a week. Listen, let me tell you something. If I cook a pot of greens, when I get ready to put them away, I put them in like little sandwich bags and stuff. Like I make big bags and I put them in the freezer and freeze them when I cook them. Um, and I make the sandwich bag so that, cause every day I can go in the freezer and take me out a little bag of greens and warm them up and put me some on top of some rice or something, or just to have them on the side. I can eat them every single day, every day. I love me some greens. Yes, you're making good sense. I get it. Okay, then I just be wanting. Sometimes I be rambling on, and other people be like, "Child, what is you talking about?" you, you make every bit of sense. But I just be trying to give people like the understanding of that. No, the garden is not about work. It looks like a lot of work. How those people be having them pretty rows and everything. If I pick all of this stuff back, you will see it's about how you plant them when you first put them down. Once you plant them in those rows that you want to plant them in and everything, they're going to stay that way. And you're going to have those pretty rows every time you crop and look down the line. You're going to see that it's still in beautiful form. It's just done came together and clustered itself up together, like that. And you know, all of that is the work of when you're putting them in the ground and getting it done. And sometimes it is some work, but I'm telling you, once you get there is times that once you put your garden in, there's times when you go to sleep at nighttime and you get visions of what it is you want your garden to look like. You just keep having more dreams, more visions, more thoughts of the way you want your garden to be. And after a while, you see that vision, and every time you come out in the garden and you see something, you keep visualizing it over and over again. So after a while, it's not something, how you do a project. Like maybe you want to redo the inside of your house or you want to paint the inside of your house. Ain't nobody forcing you to do that. You go and do that because, hey, this is my project. This is what I want to do. The garden works in the same way. You get a vision for what you want it to look like, and then you start to do it. And then every now and then you put your hands on your hip and you stand back. And this for men and women at the same time. You rest your hands on your hip and you stand back and you look at it and say, yeah, this is what I want to do right here. And then what you do is you start, it's not like you being forced or anything to come out here. I literally get excited when I come out here to build a box. Y'all watch me do this top part of this garden bed, that garden bed up there. Y'all watch me do that. Gladly came out here and did it on a daily basis until I got it done. And will I say it was hard work? Absolutely not. We had to do some work to get it done. And let me tell you something about that garden bed up there to the top. All of that wood up there, that's like $1,000 worth of wood. And guess what? I came on here and told everybody. God told me to be patient and just wait. Be anxious for nothing. And then my niece directed me to a place that they were building new buildings, and they was just taking one cut off of the wood and throwing it in the garbage. Man, we went out there and got the videos are on here. Went to those garbage cans, and the most work that we did was my son got over into the garbage can and he threw the wood out on the ground, and me and my niece and my kids picked it up off the ground and put it into the trailer and brought it home. And I still got a whole big pile of it. And that's just the pointer. You want wood for free, you got a project going on, maybe I'm giving somebody some information that you can cut the price of your project that you got going on in half by just going to some of those sites that where they're building new construction and everything, and they have wood in those garbage cans that you can go in there and get the wood out of there at your own risk and make it do what it do. I told y'all I'm into the free, but since I'm new at gardening, I'm not going to lie. Gardening is frustrating at times, though. Nisa, tell me a little bit why it's frustrating to you. Explain that a little bit. What's frustrating about it? For the indoor growing, is there a lot of bugs that will come inside? No, not in my experience. Now I don't do a whole lot of growing on the inside. I'm not that good with that. There are certain things that I will grow on the inside because it is pretty easy to do it, like lettuce and green onions. I will try those things on the inside, but no, as long as you ain't letting the bugs inside of your house, they really don't. They really don't come in the house, like that right there. But probably in a greenhouse, or you can do a greenhouse outside in some kind of way, and I think you still can avoid a lot of the bugs too in that way. Um, I really want to get started growing some veggies for my family. I'm doing my research before I start. Yours truly, yeah. Do your research and everything, and anything that you have questions about. I'm not no professional, but I do know some things about gardening and everything. I must do. I got my proof is that right there. But I also do. I research things when something's not right with my garden and I got questions about it and I don't know nothing about it. You know, I go and research stuff too, and to try and figure it out. So, but any questions that I can answer for you, I definitely will. Okay, I've been doing my homework to show. Okay. Hey Tia. Hey Tashana, you have a very calm, soothing voice. You know what? People tell me that all the time. One of the main reasons I never go back and look at my videos because for some reason I don't care that much. I don't care that much for my voice, to be honest with you. But people do say that. But let me tell you something. There's many voices to me because as soothing as this voice can be, my voice can also be like a megaphone. You just ask somebody who's been in an argument or something with me. Nobody can talk louder than I can. This volume has megaphone levels that I can drown out a megaphone with this with this voice sometimes. And yeah, there's many sides of it. There's many sides of this voice. I just have to be honest with you, and I try not to let because one day you could click on one of these videos, and if Shauna is mad or upset about something, I tend to come on here with exactly how I feel. I don't be trying to pretend like ain't something going on. I try to be honest about what it is that I have going on, and a lot of these people on here have experience. They don't see me come on here and been very, very irate. I done came on here and cussing out somebody in my real life before or whatever. But there's many sides to it. But I, and sometimes my sister tell me sometimes you just need to stop saying that, and it just say thank you when people say that to you. So I will say, I'm learning to. I be quicker to tear myself down sometimes quicker than somebody else do. What I just explained to you. That's life about anybody. If somebody would have came to me and said, if I would have gave somebody that same compliment, I wouldn't expect them to say what I just said to you. So it just clicked back into me that my sister just recently told me that you need to stop doing that and just learn how to say thank you without tearing yourself down at the same time. So Tia, I'm sorry. Thank you. It's done. Amen. Okay. Sometimes I plant seeds and they don't grow. Nisi, sometimes that's not a you problem. That's not a you problem. That happens to me all the time, which is why whenever you plant something, and y'all, I'm gonna get ready to get up off of here in just a minute because my phone is giving me I got 15%, and y'all know we ain't got no power out here right now, so I have to go and charge back up. But yeah, I'll be back on here later on. Whenever you putting seeds in, don't just so say if you want, I only want 5 of these right here, right? Plant 15. Don't just plant 5, because sometimes people can change dates and stuff on whatever they want to just so they can make sure they make their money out of it or whatever. Sometimes seeds ain't no good. That ain't a you. That's not a you thing. That's sometimes the seed is faulty. And yeah, you'll have extra stuff, but you'll have what it is that you needed from the beginning. So don't let that frustrate you. And sometimes go back and research, did I plant them at the right depth? Or like with my lettuce and stuff, like with stuff like my lettuce, I never dig anything to plant lettuce. I plant lettuce and I like make like little craters in the lettuce in the soil, just like tapping it with my fingers, no digging or anything like that. And then I just sprinkle the seeds on top. So I never really plant my lettuce. I don't plant strawberry seeds either. I kind of sprinkle them on top and then just let it do what it's going to do. So, according to what it is that you planted, just do your research and see Did you try? Other than that, seeds do that a lot of times. I've even tried to germinate the seeds and no luck. What am I doing wrong? Again, Nisi, you heard what I just said. Just because you buy seeds and they don't come up, that's not a you problem. A lot of times, that is the seed problem. Cause y'all know how these people, they want to make their money. They'll go and switch something up, or they'll sell you some bad seeds too. So, again, don't let that frustrate you. Blame it on the seed, sis. Blame it on the seed. Thank you, Tia. I'm trying to get better at that. Hey, Shalissa. Ooh, it's raining there. I love the rain. So, so I'm gonna get ready to get up off of here, and then I will come back and I will talk to you all a little bit later. And plus, on top of that, I'm gonna do I'm gonna get Miss Kim right and me right at the same time, and we gonna plant us some okra seeds a little bit later on today. So, and that probably be like around about 5 or something like that when the sun done switch positions or whatever. So that I can come outside and do it instead of doing it on the inside. And if that don't work out, we'll do them on the inside. But we're gonna come back a little bit later. Um, is it true that copper stripes around potted plants deter slugs from climbing into the pot? I don't know. Tia, I don't know. I don't really have a lot of problem with slugs and stuff like that. But let me tell you something. Over here, I'm the kind of gardener that I don't play around with no bugs. I hate bugs for real, for real, for real. I don't mess around with them. Let me tell you something. I got a saying that I say over here. We are over here. We are considered the high class gardeners. The high class gardeners. And let me tell you why we call ourselves that over here. Because over here, you hear everybody in the chat keep asking about how this bug and how you keep this bug away from, because we don't like bugs over here, right? Over here, we considered as the high class gardeners, meaning we keep stuff growing at all times of the year. But over here, we don't play around with no bugs, no snakes, no worms, and no frogs. And then people be like, "What, Miss Shauna? How you a gardener? And you don't mess around?" You heard what I said. I don't mess around with none of that stuff. I just grow food. Let me tell you something. I come out here and see a snake or a worm or any of that stuff, gardening for that day, it's over with. And other than that, I get my husband or one of my girls that's not scared of that type of stuff to come out here and get it. But another thing that I invested in is, y'all see that little old tiny shovel that's right down there on the ground, like right there, back there. I get that little shovel and I treat it like it's a dustpan. And I go to the worm or whatever, and I got a whole nother little shovel that I knock it into that, put some distance between me and the worm, and then I walk it over there to my chickens. And see, my chickens handle all of that stuff. Whatever bugs and slugs and stuff we get from over here, they go directly to the chickens to feed the chickens. See, it's a whole ecosystem going over. The bugs come and the worms come and try and eat my greens and stuff like that. Because they was over here eating my greens, now they gotta be fed to the chicken. So we got a whole system over here going on. To work it out. The garden and the chickens be working together. You see, the chickens feed the garden too, and the garden feed the chickens. So everything over here balanced. Going like that right there. But we don't play around with no let a frog jump up out of there. Child, please. They don't see me on here before. A snake was by my shoe, and I have back problems. Honey child, the pain from the back and all of that right there flew right on out the window, and so did I. Fly. It's time to go. We don't play around like that over here. Bye, high class gardeners. Have a wonderful afternoon on purpose. Right, on purpose. My dad drowned slugs with salt. See, but I ain't gonna even pour no salt on them. I'm just go ahead and give them to the chickens. You know, let the chickens do their thing. They call that a treat right there. You should see the chicken. They be fighting over them, ready to get them. But all right, y'all. It has been fun sharing the garden with you all this morning. And I'll talk to y'all um later on this afternoon. Y'all have an amazing day, like Miss Nisa said, and on purpose. Hey, Corinne, with your late self. All right, then We'll see y'all a little bit later. And I know you ain't trying to take no afternoon nap, Corinne. But yeah, we was out here with your chickens, girl. Yes, we was. But y'all have an amazing day and on purpose. Talk to y'all later.